I really want to just emphasize and share with you something that you can do to keep yourself fresh, to keep yourself ahead of the game, and to keep yourself head and shoulders above others within your space, whatever space that might be. Whether whether you're currently an employee and you hope to make the transition into self-employment, but you're still in your workplace, whether your job is at risk, you're at risk of redundancy, and you're going to have to go up against other colleagues to apply for the jobs that remain. There's something that you need to do, and it's about lifelong learning, and it's about personal development. And I really encourage you. I'm surprised at how many people, whether they go to, they finish school, they go to college, some of them go to university, they get their degree, and they just stop learning. And it's surprising how many people, they just or more or less give up on developing themselves. They don't stay up to speed with what's happening in the sector. They don't read. They don't listen to any materials. So it's unfortunate that that's the case. We kind of almost blasé about the whole personal development of ourselves. And I really want to encourage you that we're living in a time where it's very competitive. No matter what field you're in, it's very, very competitive. And one of the things that really helped me to establish myself when I was an employee, one of the things that really helped me to establish myself and to really excel in my field and to be head and shoulders above others who started at the same time as me and others who were, around the same kind of age as myself, was that I was serious about my personal development. I was serious about growing and learning my field, and learning from other fields as well. I didn't just stay within my remit. It was a case of, okay, I want to understand that a bit more. I was into sales and marketing, and then even more so now digital marketing and things like that, business, etc. I wanted to grow as an individual, and that really pushed me head and shoulders above others who I was working with amongst my peers. And when the opportunity came for me to, when opportunities arose for, job openings and promotions, etc., I was able to step into those roles and step into those opportunities and feel equipped to walk into them. And I was grateful that I got some of those opportunities, and there was no real surprise amongst those who I was working with. There was no real surprise because they knew I was serious about developing and growing and learning. So again, you want to stay ahead of your field. You want to, be the top of your game. You've got to invest in yourself. You have to. So there's a few things you can do, and when I say invest, it doesn't necessarily have to be financially. It will help, but it doesn't necessarily have to be financially. But something that I done was I invested in books and ebooks, specifically, not ebooks, sorry, audio books more specifically. So because I knew my learning style was more audible, I'm not a great reader. I've never been a great reader. I read, as you can see, there's quite a few books around. I do read, but I'm not a strong reader. I may get the paper or the hardback, but I would also get the audio version because I know I can just plug it in. I can go on my walks, or when I'm driving to work or driving around, I would listen to those materials. And it was that really helped me to excel in my field. So books, reading, guys, you got to read. You really got to read up on not only things within your sector, within your field, but the broader things as well. So reading is definitely something you need to commit to. Also, podcasts. Guys, we're living in a time where digital media is so accessible, and you want to know something, you want to learn something, you want to grow in a certain field, podcasts are freely available, and they're so valuable. You can go to, again, iTunes or any audio platform, type in your search term, type in whatever you want to look for, and you will find quite a few podcasts within that field, within that sector, and they're so valuable. Like I said, it's freely available. You can stream it, you can download it, and you can learn so much from some real influencers within the field. So definitely take and make best use of those things. Thirdly, videos. Again, platforms such as YouTube. The amount of times I get stuck with something and I can go to YouTube and just type in a search term, and poof, a whole list of videos come up around that topic, and that'll be whatever it might be. Just the other day, I'll share a story quickly. Just the other day, I needed to repair my tumble dryer. My tumble dryer went, it was going round, it was still working, the motor was working. So I went on YouTube and I found a few potential solutions and identified that it was a heater that was gone. So again, done a bit more searching, and I found out how to remove the heater. And within 10 minutes, I'd taken the back off my tumble dryer, I'd taken the heater off, I'd jumped on online, and I'd found the right part and purchased a replacement heater. 2 days later, the heater came, and within, again, 5 or 10 minutes, I'd refit the heater, put it back on, and bam, it was working fine. Now, previously, I would have had two options: call out a repairman who would have charged me for a call out charge and for parts and labor. So potentially we're looking, what, £150, or scrap the tumble dryer and buy a new one, which would have cost me £200 to £300, where this solution cost me £35 for the part and a few minutes of my time. Now, that was just from jumping on YouTube, just simply jumping on YouTube and finding out that solution. So again, that's something you really need to make best use of as well. Any field you want to grow in, any field you want to learn in, books, audio books, podcasts, and YouTube videos. And also, there are, depending on the field, there are universities and educational establishments that post all their lectures online for free. So I believe it's MIT.com. You can go on there and basically you can download, you can watch and listen to all of their curriculum, all their lectures, etc., for free. And these are colleges, these are places of education where people pay thousands of dollars to go and attend, and you can just download that material for free. You can also, if you are an iTunes or a Apple device user, get an app called iTunes U. And again, iTunes U for university, full of learning materials. And again, there's places like Stanford University, Oxford University. They post most of their, or a lot of their curriculum on there and make it freely available. And I'm talking about the audio lectures. I'm talking about the slides from the lectures, notes from the lectures. There's no reason for us to not grow in our fields. So the choice is yours. Do you want to excel in your field, or do you want to stay stagnant? Now, I'm a great believer that if you're not growing in your field, you are slowly becoming irrelevant and redundant. And given the current circumstances and the current the landscape out there in terms of job cuts and things like that, you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. So I encourage you, invest in yourself and develop.